Welcome to your midweek update. That's right, I'm your host, Paul from KCTK Radio. This is the program where we give you a quick update about what people are talking about this week. We examine the latest trending Google searches for today, so you know what everyone is concerned about. Now, I'm not claiming these are the most important things or even that you should know them at all. I'm just helping you by letting you know what is going on in the world. And that's what we usually do, but this is a special Thanksgiving episode. Special in a couple ways. First, special because the voice of KCTK Radio, Meghan, is sitting in with us. Hi, Meghan.
You're the reason that we do what we do. Music and fun, it's all for you.
Well, thanks for sitting in to the very special Thanksgiving episode of your midweek update. Are you excited by this?
Yes, I am. Happy to be here.
Well, great. Because we're not going to talk about Google trending searches today. We're talking about the top 5 things that I'm thankful for.
Aww.
And now, on with the countdown.
Number 5.
Number 5 has to be this whole podcast operation that we got going on here. It's KCTK Radio. You're listening to us streaming live on the interweb.
Yeah.
Okay?
The World Wide Web.
You're not near the microphone at all.
I can hear myself in here.
Okay.
Easily,
Yeah, but come up here so you can, work the microphone. So you have that. You have this program. You have the week review. You have I've Got Something to Say. You've got a couple other ones that we record. We have a brand new one that we started this weekend called Synchronicity Saturdays.
Yes.
And what's that one all about?
That is where me and my friend Crystal, we talk about Carl Jung's cognitive functions and personality types and differences. And the reason why we named it Synchronic Saturdays
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it was fine. The reason why we named it that is because we wanted it to be a name that we can broaden out into more like spirituality, new age, new thought, or because Carl Jung himself actually had the idea of synchronicity, which is about how when there are two events that are not connected by any causal force, but they're connected by meaning. Mm-hmm. And so I liked the idea of that. And since it was like mostly his theory that we're talking about, I thought it was a fitting name. We're trying to connect things with meaning. And
you can watch it now on YouTube at your channel, right?
Yes, you can.
So check that out, watch that, and then we're going to play it here, and you'll see it. You could download it as a podcast as well. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of things going on. I do this podcast even more than the week review because I've always wanted to be on the radio. So I always just decided I'm just going to do it.
Yes.
And so I try to every week. I haven't done this one in a while, folks. Sorry. And there's really nothing to talk about. I have nothing to add. I have no unique voice. I have absolutely nothing unique about me whatsoever. But I'm still doing it.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for that.
Yes. You're right about all of those things. You have nothing to add.
Nothing. Nothing of value to add, for sure.
And it's tremendous that you're doing it. Well, actually, I want to tell you something, is that there's this whole trend on YouTube. I'm super into just like YouTube culture and the whole idea that someone can be a nobody and then a year later they have millions of views and they are all of a sudden rich. And it's like, how do people blow up? Like, why do people watch those things? Mm-hmm. And there's this whole sort of category of YouTubers called the relatable YouTuber. Okay. A lot of them are just teenage girls that are literally talking about nothing. Just like, oh my gosh, like I went to the store with my mom and blah, blah, blah. And those sorts of people are blowing up simply because they aren't rich and famous. And then what happens what happens is that then they become famous and then their fans hate them because they were only watching because they wanted someone that was relatable, normal, had nothing to add. Those sorts of like...
Well, I'm neither relatable or I have nothing to add. And I really don't want that many... I don't want that many views. And I'm not worried about getting blown up. I'm just worried about having fun. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to do this and for the
my point for sharing is that people... Yeah. It's still valuable to just be relatable. And just to be normal.
Well, I hope to be one of those soon. And I'm thankful for the 2 or 3 people who listen to this.
Number 4.
Okay, so number 4 of the things I'm thankful for in our special Thanksgiving is superhero TV shows. Now, you don't watch superhero TV shows, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the superhero, if you're a fan of the week review, and I know that you are, we talk about the superhero movies a lot, and they're big and people die. I'm enjoying the superhero TV shows, Supergirl, Flash, Black Lightning, Arrow. They're smaller. I can follow the trend a little bit. It's something to take my mind away. But I do not like to watch them live because there's too many commercials. So I'm thankful that I have a DVR where I can watch them later. But I seem like I spend a lot of time of my week enjoying those type of programs. Now, I've heard the criticism that these shows are just basically teenage dramas dressed up with a cape, and I'm like, I guess I'm an old guy who likes the teenage dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm strange that way, but I'm thankful for it, and I spend a lot of time doing it, watching it.
Yeah.
What do you watch?
Mostly, there are a few just, like I said, I'm into YouTube culture, but they're like I watch YouTube and that's it. I don't even really watch TV anymore. Oh, actually, I'm thankful for The Good Place and for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Of course.
Both of those are going on right now. Last week's episode of The Good Place was amazing. I literally screamed.
Who knew that Janet could fight like that?
I didn't, but honestly, that was the fight scene I did not know that I needed. And I said that screaming at the TV. I was so happy.
That's funny.
And I don't normally get into things like that. I mean, I'm not a superhero person. But I watch... The thing with YouTube is that part of me watches it because I have a YouTube channel and I want to keep up on what people are doing. But also I relate to these people because they're people that are putting themselves out there like myself. And I can relate to their struggles. Because their struggles are being this super open person, but still not feeling like you have any impact or any confidence. It's like you might be looking at someone like, you're so successful. Why are you not seeing it? But then you see that they're vulnerable too. It makes you feel
relatable again.
Yes. It makes you feel like I'm not the only one going through a journey, that there are other people that are more successful than me that still feel like this. And that I'm always going to feel like this.
Wow. Relatable again. That's good. So my number 4 is being thankful for the superhero shows. This is a time we get to take a break and check in with one of our sponsors. And our sponsor this week is a great one. Do you wake up every morning and show up looking like your mommy dressed you? Mommy! Mommy! You're nearly a grown man, for crying out loud. It's not exactly the image you want to have, is it? Well, Mom can scratch that chore off her list when you tell her that you'll buy all of your own clothes now by yourself at Andre Davis Menswear. Andre Davis Menswear. Crawford style is your style. Get outfitted by Andre Davis for almost any occasion, including going to class, business casual, for a work interview, and of course, clothes to hang out with the guys. Ready to dress like a man? Hit Andre Davis Menswear on the corner of 12th and Walnut and dress to impress. Andre Davis Menswear. Damn, you look good! And use promo code your midweek update at checkout.
Number 3.
Imagine if someone actually tries to do that.
What was that?
I said, imagine if someone actually tried to do that.
So number 3 is something that I'm glad to talk to you about, Megan, and I'm thankful for. I am 5 weeks without Diet Coke. Yay!
Yay! That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Okay, I just wanted to talk through this because when I tell people this, they don't understand the addiction I've had to Diet Coke. Mm-hmm. I drank it my whole life. Mm-hmm. And the reason I drank it so much is because it's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And I drank a whole bunch of it. And it's just not good for you. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I've kind of known that for a long time. You kind of drank too much too, and you stopped drinking it, right?
And I want to know if you relate to this, but the reason why I really decided to drink or to stop is because I realized that my relation to Diet Coke was similar to people who are actual addicts' relationship to alcohol. And it was that relationship and that dependence that got the scariest for me.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think everyone understands that because they might think, oh, it's not that bad for you. Mm-hmm. But it's not like you're addicted to food that keeps you alive. Mm-hmm. It's something that's completely
It's something
necessary.
that you don't need and is kind of Well, according to a lot of people, it's harmful to your health.
Yes.
And it chemically messes you up, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. And like people go, well, are you drinking more coffee? And yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. I like caffeine, but it's not really, it's not really the caffeine of Diet Coke. It was the caffeine and the chemicals and the fizz and the everything to it. The ritual of getting one. I can only imagine how hard it is for people who are addicts, whether it's drugs, alcohol, nicotine, how terrible it's got to be for these folks. And I really admire the courage it takes anyone to stop anything that they're addicted to. It takes courage and a lot of, I don't know, how would you, bravery, really.
Actually, shameless plug.
Yeah.
For my work is that on Giving Tuesday, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, Unity is doing something where they're trying to create like a booklet that's going to be free for people about how to break free from your addictions.
Excellent.
And they're doing something where if you donate, then we will like match your donations, and then they're trying to do that.
Now, you asked the question how I feel. I feel miserable. I want to drink a Diet Coke all the time. I don't see any other purpose to live without drinking it. But I think whenever you break an addiction, it takes a strong will and dedication.
I want you to try
now,
this.
I want to tell you something, folks. Part of the reason I was able to stop is because I was accountable to people. Because people, would ask me about it. And I think saying it right here on this podcast makes me accountable. So I want to make it very clear to everyone. I will end up drinking Diet Coke again. I will end up drinking it a lot. It will probably end up affecting my health. I probably will die with several several cans all over my body. It takes a strong person to stop something like this. I'm not that. I've never been that.
You are a strong person. You've been doing it. There's
no possible way I'll be able to do it. So just be prepared. And so when I relapse and stop stop not drinking Diet Coke and I start drinking it again, we'll just play his tape back and I just warned everyone about what will happen.
You need a replacement ritual. Mm-hmm. You should try this, and I know you might not like it.
Here, wait, let's get it on camera here real quick.
It is apple-flavored sparkling water.
Okay.
Don't even think of it as tasting like a Diet Coke. It doesn't.
That's right.
But if you can find another drink that you enjoy drinking that's healthier.
This makes me want to,
want a Diet Coke?
Jump off the highest bridge.
Yeah.
Or a shotgun.
Okay, so this, whenever I was addicted to Diet Coke and I drank this, it tasted like shit.
Yeah.
But I started drinking these.
Liquid shit.
Yeah. I started drinking it after I didn't drink Diet Coke for a while, and it tasted good. It's only bad if you're still craving the Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But,
So I'm going to relapse, folks. But I'm thankful right now that I've given it up for 5 weeks.
Number two.
This is I'm thankful for this. Oh, by the way, and I meant to set this up better. When you talk about things you're thankful for, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my country. I'm thankful for my... That's why you're not going to hear any of this. This is just other things. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm thankful for all those things.
Are you really thankful for your country, though?
I am. Okay. I am very thankful for all that stuff. But I just thought I would, share other things I could talk about. Mm-hmm. So number 2 is Beatles music. I'm so into the Beatles now.
Have you ever not been?
Yes. I haven't always been into the Beatles. I know every one of their songs, what album they came off of, who played on them. Mm. And it's really a problem. I listen to podcasts about them. I want to listen to the remixes that they sell every time. It's documentaries.
Some might call it Beatle fever.
It could be. But I'm enjoying myself with it.
That's cool.
Because they're a great band. There's a lot of variety, and you can always learn something new. And they had such an impact on culture that I think that's why I really like it. The impact on culture, I like to investigate in that, but also just the synergy of 4 poor guys that got together and changed the world. Mm-hmm. That is really interesting to me. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of been something I've been thankful for and wasting way too much of my time on. Yeah. That's right. Way too much of my time.
And number 1.
And number 1. Before I go to my number 1, and again, I'm very thankful for my family. I'm very thankful the Chiefs are doing good. I'm very thankful that we have a strong president who protects us.
Oh, no.
I'm very thankful for my health. Yeah, we get it. We're gonna say all this stuff.
And for God.
And for food and for God and everything. Yeah, go listen to someone else talk about that stuff. Of course, I'm thankful about that. I'm telling you special things on this midweek update. But before we go to my number 1, what's your number 1, Megan?
I would say for my career. For like for the part-time job I have and for like all the strides that I've done on like my coaching, and like I recently launched another service a couple days ago because I have a one-on-one session that I could do life coaching with, but a lot of people try and talk to me all the time, and they don't want to pay money for that. And so I recently started something where it's like for a way cheaper price, it could be like just to send each other messages back and forth.
Oh, cool.
And so hopefully that works, but I at least feel like whether people want to buy it or not, it feels like a boundary so that people don't feel like they can flood my inbox. So I at least feel like I can say no to people, because people will be like, oh, I don't want your coaching, but I just wanted to ask you like one question. And like, that's been really hard for me to try and stay focused, like at work and at like school and other things, whenever like I really don't need to be messaging you back. Now I have a reason. I'm like,
right.
No, it's $25 a week. But anyway, so I'm just very happy with where I am now. And I think back to a year ago, and I was about to start another job that ended up not working out. And I love Unity. I mean, today my coworker went up to me just to say, Megan, you are really good at what you do.
Wow.
I want you to know that we really see your impact here.
Cool.
So I just feel like I belong.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, my number 1 is a trained pup. That's right. A trained pup.
Aww.
So I hope everyone listens to this week's episode of I've Got Something to Say. My friend Chris Whiting talks about his dog that died. And then we were talking about dogs, and he goes, what's your deal with dogs? You've always had them. You've always loved them. But really, when I grew up, my brothers had dogs. My mom had dogs. I was just kind of there, and I liked them. And then we got a dog, my buddy Chelsea, basically because my daughters wanted a dog.
Yeah.
And she was sweet, and she was a good girl. She lived to be 17. But really, I'm not really a dog person. I think I'm only a dog person because of my friend Gilly.
Oh.
Gilly's a little pug. She's 6 years old, and she's my buddy. My sister-in-law found her on the side of the road, gave her to me, and she's my best friend. Well, then we lost Chelsea. Then we got another puppy named Blue. Puppies are something else. They're hard to train. And she's a sweet dog. She's just so curious and so loving and everything. But I'm very thankful for her at 8 months old. In the middle of the night, when I'm sleeping, you know what she'll do? She'll come up and hit my shoulder with her paw. And you know what that means?
What?
Take me outside. I take her outside.
Yes.
She used the bathroom. She comes in. I give her a treat. And she seems like, I hate to say it, but she seems almost trained. Like I actually trained a dog.
Yeah.
I know you're saying, haven't you done that before? But
Well, no, I
it's
get
so
it,
much.
'cause Chelsea was kind of trained a little bit when you got her, right?
Mm-hmm. And she always kept to herself, and she liked to be outside. And Gilly was already a year old. But Blue is a sweet dog. I've trained her. She'll jump on you if you come over to the house, and she'll jump on furniture. Maybe she's not supposed to do that. But I'm very thankful that she's a really sweet dog. She gets along with everybody, and she's almost practically trained.
Aww. Listening to you talk about this is making me realize that, I don't know, I wanted a New Year's resolution to be to get a dog in 2019, but man, that's scary.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find a 1-year-old.
Maybe you will, and maybe you won't. So that, folks, that is your midweek update. Whenever I feel enthusiastic, not tired, and feel like I want to work on this podcast thing, all come back and give you what's going on in the world, and you'll be really happy about it, okay? All right, thanks. That's your midweek update. This is Paul saying until we meet again, be safe.
This has been a KCTK production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctk.radio12345.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.